Good evening, and welcome back to the finale of this little side project I've been doing. Tonight, we will be doing something a little bit different to how we have done all the previous videos in this mini-series. Tonight will be a selection of very small games. Games that are not... I hesitate to use the term good enough, but I'm going to say big enough. There we go. Games that are not really big enough, in my eyes, to be added to the list. They're very slight, very small indie titles that really don't really have any business butting shoulders with most of the games on the list that we have been building. So, I would like to officially declare our list of top vampire games, that is, games where you play as a vampire, to be finished. Let's go down the list, shall we? Or rather, up the list. In ascending order. In dead last place, Underworld: The Eternal War for the PlayStation 2 is a miserable little game which exemplifies the worst in PlayStation 2 shovelware. It is a truly awful game, and nobody should play it. It's trash. In 23rd place, Vampire Hunter D for the original PlayStation is an extremely unfortunate and disappointing game that is outclassed in almost every single way by every single other game of its type on the system. You want to know what the worst Resident Evil clone for the PlayStation 1 is? It might not be Vampire Hunter D, but Vampire Hunter D is pretty damn close. In 22nd place, Dark for the Xbox 360 and PC is an ambitious but poorly thought out Splinter Cell clone that frankly just leaves a sour taste in one's mouth after you close the program. In 21st place, Blood Knights for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC. A promising, if extremely underwhelming, what would you call it? Top-down, isometric. It's not really third person. I would say, let's say top-down. Top-down co-op action game from Deck 13, creators of Lords of the Fallen and The Surge. But, like I said before, almost all of Deck 13's output are games that have some really good ideas, but very, very questionable execution. In 20th place, Vampires Fall for mobile phones, Nintendo Switch and the PC. Vampire's Fall is a interesting and sometimes humorous little indie RPG that kind of, I don't know, it lacks production value, let's say. But it's a little, it's an indie game for Switch and phones, so what do you expect? In 19th place, Vampire Knight for arcades and the PlayStation 2 port is a extremely quirky and camp light gun game from Sega and the creators of House of the Dead, but has a severe just lack of content in a way that is very typical of the genre. In 18th place, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC. Is probably the single most disappointing game on this list. What more can I say? It is a sad attempt to revitalize a franchise that really did not deserve this misery of a game. There's some enjoyment to be had if you can stomach the mediocre combat and the frustrating stealth sections. There is some enjoyment to be had. Nice world design, decent voice acting, but confusing controls and just a miserable story that, frankly, I am glad got abandoned. In 17th place, Blade for the PlayStation. Blade for the PlayStation is an unremarkable game. It's a very by-the-numbers third-person action game. But the thing that sets it apart from most other third-person action games for the platform is that it has surprisingly good production value. And the controls are relatively easy to use. I'm not going to try and tell you that it's an amazing game. It's not. But it is surprisingly good, not only for the platform it came out on, but for the year it came out. The year 2000 is definitely the year where you started to notice a general, shall we say, dip in quality for the average PlayStation 1 game, as developers dropped taking major projects for that system in favour of the upcoming next generation platforms. So it's nice to see that not only a late PlayStation 1 game, but a movie tie-in game was handled so well. And for that, it deserves its place as what I would consider to be the first good game on this list. In 16th place, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2, sequel to Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain. For the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox and PC. Of the sequels on this list, this is probably the second most disappointing sequel after Lords of Shadow 2. But it's still an enjoyable game. It's still quite fun. Kane is an interesting character. The visual of just sucking a stream of blood out of your defeated enemies is still really cool and striking. The story is somewhat mundane and a bit pointless. Blood Omen 2 very much feels like an also-ran the franchise, very much like a Legacy of Kain Gaiden. Story-wise, I believe it to be the least interesting or important of the Legacy of Kain games. But the world design is neat. The combat isn't frustrating at all. A little bit slow and clunky, but not frustrating. And it's got some style. Number 15, Bloodnet. Bloodnet is the dark horse of this list. A game which mechanically kind of sucks. But in terms of its ambition and the style it was trying to go for, shoots for the fucking moon. It is incredible. It is a cyberpunk, a hard cyberpunk vampire RPG, and it is gloriously cheesy, and I love it. But I cannot deny that it is, unfortunately, overcomplicated. It's very difficult to play through this game as a first timer. It can be very confusing. There's that problem with the voice acting version not having any subtitles. But the voice acting is so gloriously campy and over the top. I cannot. You want to hear it, you want to play the version with the voice acting because it's so silly a lot of the time. But I cannot deny that the lack of subtitles in that version of the game is a real problem. And it's only in that version of the game. The standard version of the game has perfectly good text boxes. Why they couldn't have used both, who knows? But yeah, it's a fantastic concept that is let down more often than not by its execution. But I still had great fun playing with it. In 14th place, the original Blood Rain. I would say the original Blood Rain... Oh, sorry. Bloodnet is for MS-DOS and the Amiga. No Macintosh version, surprisingly, at a time when Macintosh versions were still fairly common. Right, Blood Rain for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, PC and Mac is a game that, if you play on a console, is going to be extremely miserable. The console versions of the original Blood Rain were not fun. Awkward controls, substandard performance, and just incredibly ugly visuals. Blood Rain becomes enjoyable when you play it on a PC or a Mac. The controls become a lot more easy and intuitive. The visuals are less grey and miserable. And you can have some actual genuine fun with the game. Just be sure, if you want to play this game on a modern PC setup, you download the remastered version, as that version has better support for higher resolutions and modern controllers. But apart from that, it's exactly the same. In 13th place, Blade 2. Blade 2, like the first Blade game, is an unremarkable, mostly unremarkable action game. The PlayStation 2, but it's got some flair and some style. The attempt to try and add some crowd control combat mechanics to the game by mapping your melee attacks to the right analog stick is very interesting. Doesn't really work most of the time, but it's an interesting idea. Because the developers very much intended you to deal with large crowds of a dozen or so enemies at a time, all surrounding you. And the ability to point your punches and kicks in specific directions using the analog stick is an interesting and creative one. I would say the controls, but that creates the problem of attaching both movement and camera controls to the left analog stick, which causes some control difficulties in many situations. So it is a decent looking game for the PS2. I don't know, it's got a very clean look to it that I think works very well. It certainly looks a lot better than BloodRayne does. And I had some genuine fun playing the PlayStation 2. I would say PlayStation 2 version, but it's only on the PlayStation 2. It came to nothing else. So, good game. Not amazing, but decent. In 12th place, A Vampire Story. A charming and really quite beautiful looking classic style adventure game for PC and Mac. Apparently, The Vampire Story was meant to be the first in a series of games. It was meant to be an episodic game. It came out at the time when everyone thought episodic games were going to be the new, the new thing, before people realized, oh, this doesn't really work. And so, yeah, if you find an old boxed copy of A Vampire Story, it's actually called A Vampire Story Part 1. Because, yeah, it's meant to be a multi-part thing. But they never made any other part of the game. The first chapter did not sell well enough for the company to stay solvent. So, yeah, the part 1 is the only part we got. Apparently that game is very short. Like, the entirety of that game takes place in the castle, as far as I know. Once you escape the castle, that's the end of the game. It's a very short game because it was intended as a first, a first part of a series, but oh well. It is a very charming game. It's got some funny jokes. Some of the jokes don't land as well, but most of them are pretty good. The voice acting is very okay. It's fine. And yeah, I like it. I like it. It deserved better. In 11th place, Immortal Realms Vampire Wars. Possibly the only vampire-based strategy game ever made. It's for, was it Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. It has some great ideas. Trying to combine both elements of grand strategy on the world map and battle tactics during the battle sequences on a square grid. It's a very interesting take on the genre, and I honestly I liked it quite a bit. It can drag sometimes, especially in the single player campaign, where you're trying to get reinforcements across the map, but you can only move them 2, sometimes 3 places per turn, so it can be a very slow-paced game in some ways, and a lot of the UI can be quite complicated, and your units during the battle mode can have such a massive variety of buffs and debuffs and spell effects and terrain effects and everything else under the sun that it can be very difficult to stay on top of like your actual tactical effectiveness, if you know what I mean. There's just so much shit in terms of stats going on per unit that can be going on per unit that sometimes it's very easy to lose track of what units are vulnerable or less vulnerable during the battles, which can be a problem. But yeah, I thought it was a genuinely fun and interesting take on strategy games, and I would like to play some more of that. Alright, top 10, here we go. In 10th place, the Kid Dracula games for Famicom and the original Game Boy are very well made 8-bit platformers that are very cute, very well designed, very creative, and they're extremely charming as hell. The first game has a problem with difficulty, especially in the later levels, but I would say most games in the 8-bit era were harder than they needed to be. That's kind of just comes with the territory. Unironically, the best Castlevania games for the original Game Boy, because these games are technically fun, like parody spin-offs of the Castlevania franchise. They're not canon at all. They exist in their own separate pocket universe, but they are technically Castlevania games. And yeah, I think they are charming as hell and definitely worth a look if you have any kind of affection for 8-bit style platformers. In 9th place, Blood Omen Legacy of Kain is a genuinely fun and interesting top-down Zelda-style action RPG that has very interesting story and characters and really launched the Legacy of Kain series in a fantastic way. It is a great game. It's just a shame that the PC port of Blood Omen wasn't given the extra work that it clearly deserved. When you play the PC port, you can tell that version of the game is just using the PlayStation assets. It looks like a PlayStation game running on a PC. And some of the controls are a bit awkward, like F6 for fast travel doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it is a cool game, and I'm glad I got to finally play it. In 8th place, Vampire the Masquerade Redemption for PC and Mac. Redemption is a very interesting game. like most Vampire the Masquerade games, it's got a very deep and involved story, and I like it quite a bit. Of the games from the Vampire the Masquerade on this list, it is probably the most traditional CRPG of all of them. And the gameplay can have, it plays like a CRPG. It's mostly mouse controlled. There's a ton of character stats to deal with, and it can be a little bit slow paced with some awkward combat, but the story is interesting enough, and the characters are likable enough that you're willing to push through that. At least I think so. Alright. 7th place, Blood Rain 2 for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. Probably the single most improved direct sequel on this list. Blood Rain 2 is a great game. It is silly and not at all self-serious, and it knows exactly what it is. And it is a glorious ham fest. It is so ridiculous. The dialogue is silly. The set pieces are silly. It is a what if we took the concept of Blade and just made it super fucking over the top? Like, as over the top as Blade is, what if we just turned up the dial just a little bit more? That is Blood Rain 2. The use of environmental hazards for instant kills on enemies is a brilliant touch. Especially when you throw the enemies off of ledges and the camera just follows them down as they fall down and splat on the ground far below. It's just great. It's just, yeah, when you're on like a steel walkway and there's just a line of dudes coming at you and you just throw them off over the side one after the other and just watch them all die. Just it is a gloriously ridiculous game, and it's great fun. It's a lot more fun than I. Okay, thanks, thank you, bye. It's a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. It is a hugely improved game over the first Blood Rain. In 6th place, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC. Oh my god. This is probably the game on this list that has the most versions. And yeah, it deserves it. This is a fun and interesting take on the Vampire the Masquerade RPG system. There doesn't seem to be any combat in this game. It is entirely exploration and dialogue based. And it appears to have a very interesting story. I played a little bit more of this after I recorded the video, and I really like where the story in this game seems to be going. Apparently there's like tenuous politics between different factions of vampires. There's a renewed effort by various vampire hunting agencies, and it's kind of a great game. It's got some really interesting characters, and yeah, I dig it quite a bit. In fifth place, Vampire, also known as Vampire, for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Vampire is a really interesting take on the Souls-like genre. Though it's a lot more, I don't know, it's like a cross between, I guess you would call it like a cross between Dark Souls and Mass Effect? I guess, like the dialogue system. It's very Mass Effect-ish. You run around the hospital talking to people, seeing if they've got any like odd jobs they need help with. And then you occasionally go out into the world and explore downtrodden World War One London. Apparently seems to be going through a serious like pandemic of sorts. The combat's a little bit awkward and frustrating, especially when you're trying to fight enemies in tight areas. But it's serviceable. It's serviceable. And I'm into the story. I definitely playing through some more of that game, and I think the story and character moments of that game are definitely its strongest point. The combat, maybe not so much, but I think I'm willing to stick through it and see what the end of that game is. And apparently there are multiple endings depending on how many people you kill. So yeah, a cool game. In fourth place, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. One of the best, what do they call them? Fully immersive sim? I still don't understand why they call it that. Just call it a first-person RPG. Yeah, one of the best games of that type ever, despite its very, very serious flaws. You know, incredibly buggy game, even after its numerous patches. But the story and characters are so good. And the world building is so good that you are willing, more than willing, to push through it just to see what happens. And it is a great game. It was my introduction to the Vampire the Masquerade universe, and it is fantastic. In third place, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2 for the PlayStation 2 and PC. Soul Reaver 2 is a great game with fantastic production values, interesting storytelling, great voice acting. Its only real downside is that the controls feel a bit awkward at times, and sometimes trying to navigate the world is very difficult. It's sometimes there are times when it is not obvious which direction you should be going in. And despite being the sequel to a PlayStation 1 game, I would say that the combat controls in the original PlayStation and Dreamcast game actually feel a little bit better than they do in the PlayStation 2 sequel. So yeah, I feel like the combat in Soul Reaver 2 is a little bit, just a tiny bit stiffer than it felt in the original game, which is very surprising to me. But everything else about that game is so good and well put together that it's hard to really get mad at it. So yeah, Soul Reaver 2 is a worthy sequel to the original Soul Reaver. And that brings us to number 2 on the list, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. A honestly really fantastic Ocarina of Time clone. Now, let's be honest, that is exactly what it is. Ocarina of Time was one of the main influences for how that game plays, so let's not be, too precious. Yeah, it is a really well playing third person action RPG that is, on a technical level, extremely impressive. The complete lack of load times, or at least perceivable load times. There are load times, but they're very well hidden. Makes the world feel so just massive, and it really pushes the PlayStation 1 to its absolute limits in that respect. The Dreamcast version is even better, retaining the lack of load times and the feel of the combat, and then improving it with better textures, higher resolution, 60 frames a second most of the time. It is a fantastic game. It is a great game. It's probably one of the best games of that entire generation. It is a fantastic game, and in my opinion, the best game in the Legacy of Kain series. And then number 1, Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Xbox 360, PSP, and PlayStation 4. What a strange selection of platforms that is. Some might say, why didn't you put the PlayStation 3 on there? And I would say that technically the game was never released for the PlayStation 3. You just purchase a PlayStation 1 ISO file, which you then play on your PlayStation 1 emulator for the PlayStation 3. That is not a PlayStation 3 release. It still technically falls under PlayStation 1, so it's not a native app, so it doesn't count. But the 360 version is a native app, even though it is emulation based. But yeah, fantastic game. One of the greatest Metroidvania games ever made. It is just control-wise, style-wise, just almost perfect. It is a nearly perfect game. It is just fantastic. I have great fun whenever I play Symphony of the Night. And it is, not only is it one of the best PlayStation 1 games ever made, it's one of the best Castlevania games ever made. It is also, in my eyes, the single best vampire game ever made. It is a fantastic game. And if you have not played it, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get on that shit. So yeah, that is our list. That is our official list for this mini-series. Not so mini. I guess 25 episodes? Really a mini-series? Should it just not be called a series at this point? I don't think it qualifies to be called mini anymore. But yeah, I think this is a good list. I'm very happy with the placement of these games. If you would personally move any of these games up or down, feel free to let me know in the comments below. and we can have a discussion about it. But yeah, this is my list, and I am quite satisfied with it. And with that, let's finally get on with why we're here tonight. itch.io games. Yay! So we've got a nice selection of a couple dozen games here. We will not be spending very long on each one, as most of these are really not that interesting to play for too long. So what we got? So the first one, we're going down in alphabetical order. So the first one is the game called Bloodseeker. There we go. Let's see. Howl, heal, dash, blood arrow, attack, menu, jump, move. Alright. Okay. Hang on, let me turn this down just a little bit. Alright. So we are a little vampire dude. Butler. Ah, you've returned, Master. You seek vampire hunter blood? Do not be hasty. The hunter has placed a holy seal on the castle, but in your weakened state you cannot hope to break it. To make matters worse, your wives, the countesses, have betrayed you. They claim the castle as their own. They have also made your servants their minions. However, vengeance can be yours. Find the countesses and claim their dark hearts. With the combined power of their hearts, you can break the seal and make the foolish humans pay for wounding you, oh mighty Count. Come and see me again if you ever need any advice. Fair enough. So yeah, A to jump. A crude note written in blood. The Count has retreated. We must infiltrate the castle and hunt down the evil within. Our brother guards the gate. Our brother guards the gate until the task is done. And there's this dude here. Fuck that bat. They're just empty suits of armour. That door we can't get through. So apparently we can rest in our coffin at any time. Fucking bats. Okay. At the oh no. Okay, there is a heal. Yeah, so I can use heal to regain some HP if I need to. Silenced Cathedral. Okay. This appears to have some Metroidvania vibes going on. sanctuary of this place has been fouled. If I can only reach the bell tower and ring the grand bell, hope will echo throughout this land. Yeah, I can't jump high enough. Appear to be gathering souls. I'm not sure what they do. Some form of currency? It's a giant red eye blocking my path. Whoops. Whoa, hello, boss fight. Appears to be a giant skeleton with a mace. It doesn't show you how much health he has, which is a shame. There are no sound effects, just music. Oh no, there are sound effects, they're just very quiet. Come on, you shit. Alright. What's left? The link is broken. Some form of fast travel room, perhaps. Blood arrow. Alright, so I've got the blood arrow. This guy's just respawned. Come on, you. Okay. Alright, killing those guys increases my blood reservoir. Alright, which is good. Because apparently that's what powers my abilities. Okay, that eye's gone. We have what looks like a plague doctor. Oh, it's Undertaker, sorry. Undertaker, I've got a broken tombstone. You can have it. For 100 souls, I'll repair tombstones. Okay. So if we get a few more souls, he will repair that tombstone for us. Oh, come on now. Okay, we appear to be back in the room. Should we just grind some souls? We don't need to grind that many. 25. 26. This Let's go kill that skeleton guy again. He drops quite a few. Whoop. Come on, you shit. Come on. Whoa, that was close. Okay. Alright, 3 to go. We should get through on our way back. 1. 2, 3. Alright. Engraving tombstones will empower you, but upon death, tombstones break. Ah. Blank slate. Soulbound. +2 souls per kill. Bat King. While on full health, +1 Bloodseeker damage. Bat Whelp. While on 1 health, +2 Bloodseeker damage. Flagellant. +1 blood when hit. Bloodmancer. +1 blood arrow damage. +2 souls per kill. Let's go with +2 souls per kill, since souls seems to be our money in this game. Alright, let's go check out that other eye that we saw. Get out of it. That takes care of that guy. Right, another one of those skeleton dudes. Oh, look. I see a checkpoint. Whoa. Come on. Right. Another one of these weird bats. Oh, got hit. He doesn't take damage. That's bad. Right, Bat Queen. Oh, that's not good. Oh. I discovered a strategy. Can I just hide behind this little ledge protect myself from the bullets while I just jump up and slash at this giant bat? Whoop. Fuck off. Oops. Oh, shit. Need to heal. Ugh. Oh, you can hit... You can hit the projectiles back. Uh-oh, well, I'm fucking dead. Oh well. We respawn over here. Let's go back to that skeleton guy who was... Oh god. You can't cross that. That's a... okay. Whoop! No, excuse me. No, don't care. Refill my health. There we go. Since I died, my tombstone buff got destroyed, so I no longer get multiple souls per enemy kill. Oh well. Let's try this again. Oh, come on now. Uh-oh, fuck. Okay. That gets tricky. That gets tricky. The lack of sound effects, or the lack of loud sound effects during the fights is a little bit strange. All you can really hear is the music, which is a bit... It doesn't seem... Okay, here we go. What have we got? Trophies. Map. Got a map screen, that's pretty good. Status. Okay, so it's got some good ideas. It's neat. Neat. Yeah, okay, this is neat. A little bit basic in ways and not much feedback, but it's neat. It's like a minimalist, a very minimalist take on the Metroidvania genre. Bloodseeker. Alright, next one is called Dead of Night. Okay. Press the pickup key, default E, to pick up items. When in the inventory screen, default tab, pick up key to drop or interact, type enter to equip, default enter to equip. Talk to certain people, enter doors, and continue dialogue. When a person is near, a red glow will appear around Vlad's head. Hold the eat key, space, when close to a person to eat them and regain health. If a person has spotted you, they will run towards the nearest phone box or police station and inform the police of your whereabouts. If spotted by the police, they will give chase. Your only chance of survival is to run or eat them. Press the transform key to become human and remain undetected. This drains energy and will be useless if already spotted. Police are not your only enemy. Bees, rats, and other things will drain your health. Your greatest enemy is the sun. Keep an eye on the time and make sure to find cover or return to your coffin before the sun comes up. The game auto-saves after you have slept for the night. Story mode, eat 'em up mode. Let's go story mode. Alright, this is a significant step up in art complexity from the previous game. Young by vampire standards. Vlad and his father left Transylvania over 1,000 years ago due to a disagreement with the locals, but that's a story for another time. Sleeping in his coffin for the past 100 years, wakes up to find that something's not quite right in the castle. Yawn. It's so nice to get out of that stuffy old coffin. It's time for a snack, I think. Okay, so that's like your save. You can tell when you can interact with something by the exclamation mark over his head. Okay, what's this? My money! Where has all of my... Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm broke. Got it. Just picked up a small bag of money. We can crouch with the X button. And we can transform with the Y button. My bell has been stolen. Who would steal a bell? Who indeed? The painting of my father and I. Stolen. Look at the state of this place. Oh no, my diary is missing. Everything seems to be in order, apart from the fact the ceremonial sword is missing. The drawbridge is down. Anyone could have come in here. This skeleton on a tree. So nice to see you after all these years. Feeling hungry? I don't have time to exchange pleasantries. Those bloody humans have stolen my stuff. That would explain the commotion all those years ago. And you did nothing to stop them? I am your guardian. I am here to provide you... Sorry, I am not your guardian. I am here to provide you with passage to the mainland. If you wish for my services to continue, then you will pay what you owe me. Let me just check if there's anything left in the vault. We already picked some money up, so... Give me sign of my wages. Forgot what I was looking for. How do we talk to him as a human? Okay, I thought we picked some money up in the vault, but okay, I guess that wasn't enough. Okay, that's just... Nope, there's nothing here. Bag of gold. Oh, you have to select it in your inventory first. Okay, that's dumb. The game just doesn't automatically remember you have it. Alright, okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, I guess it's night 2 because I slept in the coffin at the start of the game, so whoops. The people of this town are ones that have stolen your belongings. Use whatever you can use whatever you can find to aid you in your quest. For example, that rope over there looks like it could be useful. Of course, if you are more interested in rebuilding your fortune, head west across the river and find my cousin. I recall correctly, he works for a local witch. Good luck and do not forget to sleep. Alright. Some kind of thing here. Pair of wellies, nothing. Okay, there's nothing else. Ooh. Okay, this appears to be set in the UK. Fine by me. It's no coffin, but it will do in a pinch. Mary's Row. All these bins. Not a lot going on. And the music has stopped too. Sounds like someone is having a good time. Knock, knock, knock. Alright, mate. Bit early for Halloween, innit? Excuse me? What do you want? Well, I hear you're having a party and wondered if you had room for one more. And why would I let you in? Go away. Slam. Well, honestly, that's sensible. It is as if a glaring of cats was using this place as a lavatory. This is some sort of adventure game then. Okay. This appears this is what this game appears to be. Wait, what's this? Postbox. Little cat. Yes. The sign reads, Faptonberry Park. Keep off the flowers. Fuck your flowers. Okay, that leads back there. Not an awful lot to do so far. It's a dirty old playground. Just eat him. Just eat him. We eat the cat? No, we can't eat the cat. Consecrated ground. I should protect myself before entering. How would one do that? You can drop items. Okay. The night is almost over. We need to sleep. Another cat. Police. Can't go this way. Okay. Oh, hello. Try exploring the park again. Got him. There is a really... What's this? The sign reads, no trespassing. It's a park. How do you trespass in a public park? Walk on all the flowers. Mm-hmm. Oh, does this lead back to the dock? I think this probably does. Yep. Okay. What the hell are we supposed to be doing? Put on the boots, maybe? Oh. Maybe I just don't have the item yet. No, you can't go any further left. than that. Can't go any further left. Can't go any further left. Can't go any further left, and there's this burnt out house here. What about the oil? Nope. What about the length of rope? Nope. I mean, we could just force our way in. We have been murdering people. Nothing else we can do here. Can't go any further left there. Alright, I'm getting stuck. Some kind of water creature here that we can't talk to. What if I just kind of just let myself burn in the morning sun? We're back in the park again. I'm just going to stand here and let the sun take me. Any second now. Wow, this is taking longer than I thought it would. Have they not implemented a death by daylight mechanic yet? Does the clock run out? And oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, the sun's coming up now. I see it. There it is. Am I taking damage? I'm not taking damage yet. No. Damage is not being taken. That cat again. Can't do anything. Oh, there we go. Game over. Very nice. Little simplistic. Right. Dracula's pizza delivery. Let's see what this one's about. Okay. A little bit more production value. I just don't get that all the monsters in town wonder why I would not change the look of this old shop. None of the buttons on the controllers. Forward the dialogue. I think it's cosy. Nobody ever visits. Seen so many houses. Rang so many bells every night for the last centuries. The last centuries. Okay, that's a typo. It's nice to come home to a place that has been like it is forever. I like traditions. I remember first pizza you delivering. Oh hell yes, I had extra garlic on it. Ew, now I hated it. I would fly so fast to get rid of that stinky stuff as quickly as possible while my watery eyes made it even worse. Now look at me, I am known for the best pizza in town. Everybody like you spooky pizza. What? Difficult customers. Cranky old man. Lord. Okay, yes. Oh my god. I would also get a better rating on Kelp Boo. Whatever. Okay. Okay, skip. I'm done. I'm done with this. And okay, this game was not optimized for 1440 because the blackout window for scene changes does not fill the whole screen. So, tutorial before start the game. Yes. Press space or A to collect each pizza from store. Follow orange dot on minimap to place pizza. Plays? Order at the right monster house. Okay, there's some like serious grammar and spelling like mistakes going on. Is that like intentional? Is that like a character trait, or is that just the person who made this game just isn't very good at spelling and or grammar? Get points by delivering all pizzas in one night. Now try to collect another pizza from the shop. Garlic is poison for vampires and will weaken your life bar. So fly at high speed to help yourself. Free boosters, grab it, it's nearby the shop. Ah, this red thing. Achieve a high score through quick interaction. And okay, briefing complete. Feel free to explore the town. Do the real thing by going through the exit on the edge of the mini-map. Alright, so we're just delivering pizza around, are we? Hang on. You can increase the volume a little bit for this one. Right, so we're just delivering pizzas around, are we? That's the entirety of the game. That one was garlic. Okay. Only partial controller support. You still have to use the mouse occasionally. Today's shift, customer +1. Okay. That's weird. Weird hitch. Take it. Oh, it's this one. It's the end of the night again. We do anything with this money? That one in the back's next. You can usually tell which houses have ordered by which ones have got their lights on. Oh, no. We've got the Grim Reaper flying about town. Okay. Again, another 110 coins. More customers. I'm just curious as to what we're actually like collecting money for. Oh, wrong one, this one. Oh my god, move. It's time. Okay, it's the end of the night. 153 coins. Pizza carry capacity +1, customer +2. You got some health. Oh god, move! I get stuck sometimes. Day 7. like the idea that the garlic pizzas hurt him. And the longer you spend delivering a garlic pizza, the more health it takes off him. I think that's a funny. That's a good joke. Oh, I fly slower when I've got more pizzas. Nuts. Do I not spend the money on anything? Not spend the money on upgrades, perhaps? I'm assuming we've got to avoid the Grim Reapers. Oh no. 2 garlic pizzas. Out of my way. Here. Jesus Christ, really? Oh, whoops. Alright, if there's nothing new happening soon, I think I might have to move on, because although this is a great concept, kind of wish there was more to this game. What is that? It's just some person walking around. Something hurt me and I don't know what. See what happens when I die. Oh, nothing. Hang on. Like, what is that? Like, who is that? Yeah, when you don't actually die, your health just wraps around. Yeah, this is a very thin experience. What this game needs is I don't know, some upgrade mechanics, some form of escalation that's just out of business. You carry off 10 day. Don't worry, it is just business. What? Okay. Yeah, it's a very thin experience. Not a great game. Drugula. So I've played a little bit of this game beforehand, and this one's different. When it finally starts, there it goes. What is that smell? So sweet, so familiar, so dank. Who awakens me and why? I need blood and drugs. So yeah, the concept of this game is, what if Dracula was a drug fiend? Foul flesh and rancid blood. But like a wise man once said, whatever gets you through the night. So yeah, we are a vampire and we can explore town, climb through windows. Suck people's blood, and as you can see at the top of the screen, people's blood contains different elements. So the people of this town are all like dirtbags, all alcoholics and drug addicts, and so when you drink their blood, you are in fact also drinking the drugs and alcohol that they have in their blood. And so Dracula gets really fucking high. Press start to return to the crypt. And the more, like, shit in your blood... The more shit in your blood supply, the more fucked up your vision gets. The game's got a pretty great soundtrack, and you can spend the blood that you gather on different abilities and upgrades. And there are 4 resources. There's standard blood, there's marijuana, crystal meth, and alcohol. At the moment we can only purchase this one. Ritual of the Cardboard Ascension. Okay. Press up to scale buildings, so blood to live. Oh, I bet YouTube video compression fucking hates that. Alright, and now we can just climb buildings at will. Nothing in here. A dude in here. What's in here? Nothing. He's got some alcohol in his system. Oh, it's starting to hit. Alright, and the game will tell you when you've gathered enough resources to get a new upgrade. So you may as well just return as soon as that happens. While not moving, sense the contents of the blood of nearby humans, so you get a better... So if you're looking for a specific resource, you can smell people. It's a good idea. While under the influence of alcohol, attack nearby humans with B. Is it procession of pugilation? Solemnity of olfactory sensification. We'll do this smell one. Always find what I need the most. Oh god! Compression killer. Alright. This house is repopulated. Oh, we've got cops. There's 2 people in here. Oh, we are fucked up on booze. Let us return. Yet I live forever. Questions curse me. Why? If only dying were that easy. Oh. Bet that looks terrible on YouTube. Okay, got some reefer. Alright, we are fully stocked up on reefer, which means we can now afford a new upgrade. It's quick. Now that we need crystal meth and alcohol. Here we go. The right of levitation. While under the influence of marijuana, fly by holding A. Why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly? Wow, that cop had a lot of drugs in his system. So as long as the police don't see you do anything, they have no reason to attack you. So of the 4 resources, crystal meth appears to be the hardest one to get, or the rarest, so... Drink faster. The right of advanced jubilament. The names of these abilities are great. I have long since forgotten the things I drink to forget. Cops. There's meth. There's some meth around here. Where is he? Aha! No, getting hit drains your resources. Okay, I've run out of time. You only have a limited amount of time per night. If you don't find the resources you need, you're kind of screwed. No rituals available, yeah. You've got to kind of move fast. Okay, so we're full on blood and reefer. What's in here? Guys in here. Okay, we need some fucking meth. That's what we need. Okay, that guy's got some crack. Damn it! Yeah, crystal meth, difficult to get hold of. See, crystal meth and alcohol, crystal meth and marijuana, all four of them, yeah. It's just difficult to get. Going to the far end of town. This guy in here. Okay, he's got some weed on him. Oh, yes, we've got all four. We've got. Okay, that's what I want. Let's get out of here. Our blood is full of marijuana, alcohol, and crack. So we can get. Oh, yeah. The game only lets you buy the next one available. It doesn't let you just go jump ahead and buy the most expensive one. Yeah. While under the influence of marijuana and amphetamines, the night lasts longer. The sacrament of time dilation. Infinite lifetimes to ponder. One. Okay. Fly. I need to find some crack. It's hard to see where the hell you're going. No crack about when you need it. We've got some crack. Please have crack on you. Not enough crack. Alright, we'll try one more time, and if we don't upgrade... Yeah, sometimes you just can't get the drugs you need. You can tell what drugs some people are smoking based on their animations. Okay, I saw blue lines somewhere, so there's crack about. Ah! I found some more crack. I need to find just a little bit more crack and I'll be good. Oh, he's got crack on him. Yes, that policeman was high on crack. The indulgence of wanton agility, while under the influence of amphetamines, gain increased movement and jump height. With get this one either. The advanced progression of pugilation while under the influence of alcohol and amphetamines pounce on distant humans by holding B. Get the movement speed. I suppose at least my crypt will be extra clean come nightfall. You only use certain abilities with certain drugs in your system. Beware of that. Okay, they know I'm here now. The cops are actively out looking for me. Nothing on him worthwhile. They beat me up too much. Oh well. Yeah, I think... Right, there's no way to quit out. Nope. Start back. Nope, we have to Alt F4. God damn it. Okay, Alt F4. There we go. Ghost of the Past. Why is it a lot of Unity games take a really long time to boot up? Okay, this is a Vampire the Masquerade Game Jam game, which is something that the itch.io hosts every year. These are a series of officially endorsed fan games. And this one appears to be purely mouse and keyboard. Press WASD to move, press E to interact. Hang on. Turn down the volume a tiny bit. Take a moment to look around and get to know Sam. Oh my god, the FOV in this game is killing me. Oh my god, that character model. Tiniest house. This is such a teeny weeny house. Oh my god, again the FOV is incredibly tight. don't think there's any... No, there are no settings. I'll turn it down a bit more. Okay. City map. Marked interesting spots for parkour on it when I find them. Already quite a collection. Okay, this person's into parkour. First term almost over and I still haven't unpacked all my stuff. Interact with that. Okay. Alright, we've been invited over. M to view map. Going to go straight across. Oh god, the animation. Hang on. Low volume again, just a tiny bit. This game's kind of loud. Oh god, this run animation. She's got this dumb little parkour jump. A scream! What the hell? I'm busy jumping over railings. Dumbest shit. I'm just going to ignore them. I'm going past. Looks like they're not home yet. Maybe I should check out the alley where I heard the scream. Okay. And parkour! Suddenly your vision fades. Now suddenly we're in first person in this rundown house. What is this? A nightmare? Feels like a memory. Ouch, my head hurts. Mysterious scrub marks. What? This has recently been moved. What the fuck is a scrub mark? Mysterious red mist. Oh, I'm stuck on a building. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't go that way. Anyway. Oh, this animation is really silly. I must have been out for a moment. Drop my parents a text message. A little late. A little late. Gonna be late. If that really just happened, I should call the police, right? Yes, of course, I need to report this to the police. Block the alley and ushered any onlookers away. At this moment, one is investigating the scene while the other is taking your statement. So let me check if I get this straight. Your name is Sam Moore, 19 years old. You were passing by this alley when you heard a scream. You entered the alley and saw someone lying on the ground. You lost consciousness. When you woke up, that person was gone. Is that correct? Yeah, that's about it. Okay, then please go home. Since there is no evidence of any crime, I think we're done here. That's it. There was a body. There probably was a sleeping homeless person. Have you been drinking? Manhole cover over there has been moved recently. I wonder if that dialogue option was added because I investigated the manhole cover. Juan Perez, good evening. Are you alright? No, not really. I couldn't have overhearing your conversation with the cops. They didn't believe you or didn't want to. He smiles knowingly. What do you mean they didn't want to? You think someone doesn't want them to investigate? Who are you? My name is Juan Perez. I'm a journalist. And I, for one, believe you. What do you want? I want the truth. I want to live in a world where people... I don't want to live in a world where people get killed and everyone just looks the other way. Okay, I'm listening. Did you see anyone else in the alley? I don't think so. It all went down so far. No, there was nobody. Describe the condition of the body you have found. Passed out. I think something hit my head. Okay. That's not true. We just passed out. Alright, and parkour. So silly. Yeah. Yeah. God, it's our incredibly ugly parents. Jesus Christ. I heard a scream and found a body in a back alley. I'm still shaking. Body was gone. Oh my god, are you okay? You are tiny! You are a teeny tiny woman. I'm already looking down on him and then I'm looking down on you even further. About 4 years old, you lost your parents. Okay, so I'm adopted. In the attic, you'll find a box with stuff from your biological parents. Maybe going through those things helps you. Okay, so this is a really dusty house. Oh my god. Also, holy shit, this game is loud. this house? It's like abandoned house textures. Like, what? Like how you can see outside, like the house is not like a separate, you know, a separate instance that has to load. It's all part of the same map. With a cling, a key drops to the ground. There is a tag with an address on it. I should go now. Can I talk to them some more? Oh god. Oh god, leaving the house was a bit awkward. This music is just really not... This music does not match the tone of this game. I should go to the library and find out more. I've also got this key and an address. I should check it out. Anyway, you know what time it is? Parkour time! Here we go. Parkour. Parkour, that's really dumb. Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit, are we in the future? Look at this. We're in fucking Blade Runner. It's really foggy in here. What's going on? Sorry, but we are closed. Michaela. Alright, Michaela. Already closed. To return books, you can do that here at the reception. But I can't let you in. The lights are still on, and I saw people inside. You're probably really busy, but could you maybe do me a little favour? What do you need? In the year 2003, there was an alleged accident not far from here. Okay, so this isn't the future. Like, she's 19, so that would what? Make this what? You know, I don't even know how old she was when her parents were killed. Let's assume she's in her early 20s. No, she's 19. Police officer said she was 19. So let's say, okay, it's this decade, the 2020s. There's no reason that the city should look like something out of Blade Runner. Okay. Okay, quick question. Is our character a lesbian? I don't care either way. Okay. Whatever, I don't care. Okay. Key for a mysterious address. I mean, this run animation is kind of good in a way, but it's not... You know, it's like good for a fan game, but boy, this sprint animation is something else. Okay, this is my house, which means this is south. Okay, let's try down in the bottom left corner. Promising. Whoa, what? Oh, we have automatic parkour. What the fuck? Okay, that's kind of neat. So as we approach certain... Oh my god, we can climb the sides of buildings. As we approach certain obstacles, we can just kind of automatically go over them. Alright, that's... Oh boy. Oh, that's not good. That's... Oh, there. That's... I don't think that was meant to happen. Oh, we're on top of... I don't think we're meant to be here. Whoops. Unity games, am I right? Alright, now we're first person again. And the frame rate just suddenly got really chunky. Okay, there's something wrong with your skirt. You spot a creature standing between your dead parents. Although she is a true beauty, her eyes look like those of a wild animal. She hisses at you furiously, showing you her beast-like fangs. You! You did that to me. What? Immediately jump to, you know, vampires. She's a vampire. Should go home and rest. Right, time to parkour. Doesn't automatically park all the railings though, which is a shame. Oh, hi. You are. That can't be. Are you truly a vampire? Wow, just like it was the most common thing in the world. Uh-huh. Stop your investigations. Forget everything you found out and never speak of it again. God, FOV in this game is really rough. At least in these first-person segments inside buildings, it's kind of oof. Oh, Jesus Christ. Grendel. I don't really know her, I've just met her. Mm-hmm. A somewhat familiar voice shouts in the direction away from you. Juan Perez. Okay. The better question is what, not who. Okay, I understand. did you find me? Smuggled a tracking transmitter into your pocket. I'm lucky you spied on me. I would have preferred an honest approach. It's in your left pocket in case you want to return it. Stay in crowded places and don't go anywhere you would typically go. Trust no one. I love his idle animation. Look at this. There's a mad vampire out there that wants me dead. It wants to kill me just to hurt my grandmother, who is a vampire herself. She, on the other hand, wants to protect me, but at the same time lies to me. This is all so messed up. I side with the hunters to get rid of the vampire that is after me. I side with Agatha to be protected against the vampire that is after me. Let's side with the grandmother. You stay on busy streets near your apartment and simply call out for Agatha. You're raising a lot of attention. It doesn't take long before you spot her, ushering you to follow her. You talk on the back seats of her expensive car, her trusted personal assistant discreetly looking the other way. Okay, Kindred society doesn't allow me to kill. He's wounded and hunters are after him. Tonight is the one chance to strike. Oh, wow, okay, that was a very short game. Alright then. Well. Interesting, but there's barely anything there. Okay. Last Night on Earth. Whoop. Okay, this is another Vampire the Masquerade fan game. The night after. Did you know I was a psychiatrist in my past life? My first job was working at the police department, helping people process immense trauma they just suffered. And incidentally, getting information out of them to hand over to the cops. I made them useful again. The best way forward was to make them talk about it, step by step, over and over. Left unchecked, trauma becomes mythical, amorphous, larger than life. But when you break down what happened into a series of actions and reactions, it becomes small again. 1 second. Manageable. Just another thing that happened. No more, no less. So once more from the top. Okay. Someone I know, a stranger. Someone I know. New. Past tense. No. Whoever they used to be first, they become meat, then they become a liability. Okay. I've got my notes. Let me read what you said the last time. Okay, this one seems very text heavy. And there's no music. Very little music. No voice acting, which is unfortunate. You come to, you've got a body at your feet, the pulse of blood from its jugular slowing to a trickle, and the heart stops beating. You're soaked, and so is your rug. As it stands, you're a slam dunk for the 2% closure rate those pigs in homicide like to brag about. Panic is perfectly natural reaction. The mark of a lesser creature. I tried to destroy evidence. I tried to run. Tried to destroy evidence. The writing in this isn't bad. Oh, getting loud. Okay, a little bit, okay, over the top with the F word there. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. They say the embrace is a curse, but I don't think that's what cursed us, because just like the fear and guilt, we brought humanity's best and worst attribute into unlife and perfected it. Again, among like the better writing we've seen so far, I think. We have nothing but time now. Oh, was that it? Alright, very short. Short and sweet. Okay. Napsferatu 2. Oh, wait, I think this is an Android game. Yeah. Okay. Non du coeur. When it chooses to start up. Ah, here we go. Oh, yep, another Vampire the Masquerade fan game. Brazilian Knights. Take care of everything, Sack. I will get back after the crusade. My sire hissed at me before leaving. I look at their domain, at the small city in the middle of Brazil, its walls and buildings, haven, its people, herd. The retainers are eager to obey. Resources start to pile in a corner, and influence shines from my status. They beckon to me, like blood. These are my tools to command the domain in their absence, and I can always call a contact for help. There's haven, herd, contacts, influence, resources, retainers. And let my sire's will be eternal. Some kind of resource management game. There's something funny going on these last few days in Laranjas? I'm going to... Laranjeus? And I'm going to say Laranjas. A good-natured tourist has been making friends, telling stories, and practically becoming an honorary member of many families, besides taking pictures of everyone. Everyone. That camera is too big to be normal, and she took a lot of pictures after taking the first one. Of you. Get rid of her. Invade her hotel and take the camera. You have all the keys to Laranjas, but it is not good to have your servant be seen rummaging through a tourist's possessions, especially when he doesn't find anything, not even the tourist. A corpse needs blood. A strange group called Circulatory System managed to contact you directly last night, calling you by your old name. They plan to open a branch at the public hospital in Laranjas. One way or another, but have invited you to participate in the hospital's adaptation with the reward of a continuous and varied blood supply. Source of blood it is. So let's give an entire neighbourhood to the hospital, no matter who has to leave. That gives us -2 influence, but +2 money. I finance the entire operation, but the hospital will not leave my attention. -3 money, but +2 influence and +1 retainers. They can do whatever they want as long as they pay the fee in gold and blood. Anyone who knows my name is a potential threat. Send people to help and spy on the operation. This one. Reports return that the group is really weird but endearing. The hospital works to improve its image, but your retainers do not return. Young and full of hope. The city is in turmoil. The son of a local farmer just returned home, bringing in his hands and university degree. The city's folk are already calling him Doc, calling him to come and visit their lands. In just a small time he will be known. I will sponsor him. Arrange him a welcome party. Call him to our domain. Everyone in the city is calling him. Not doing so would bring unwanted attention. Census. Are you a native resident of Ladenhias? The 5th civil servant asks you for the national census. They are everywhere, up and down streets, pounding and snooping around the lives of everyone in the domain, especially yours and your retainers. Some of them were even seen with their clipboards and strange device in an abandoned building near your hunting ground. Try to find out who they are. Interrogate an employee. Follow the group with the strange device. Interrogate an employee. You park your car next to a censor who is still working. Your retainers catch them without any difficulty. After convincing the human with a few drops of your vitae, you discover that the entire operation is a fraud. Nobody's working for the government. There's something wrong. Hanam et census. The election are almost here. Okay. Okay. Grammar mistake. And with it comes the politicking chaos with threats and empty promises. You can order whatever I want. Okay. You can order whatever I want your domain. What? But to maintain your power, you need to keep the appearances. Okay, there's some serious grammar issues with the text in this game. It's very likely this was written by someone for whom English is not a first language. Who shall you put in command? Someone in my pocket. The election is already mine. One of my lawyers will suffice. I already have him in my power. A relative of a colleague. They will obey me. It's always nice to have familiar blood in politics. Expect to be invited to a lot of dinners and parties. Maybe vampires also. Has eternal patience to endure the endless bad jokes. That should be, maybe vampires also have eternal patience to endure the endless bad jokes. Everyone is talking. The doc goes all around the city, walking like he owns it, but he is forgetting that it is I who really owns this place. Although his reception was heartwarming, the people of the city are getting tired of his attitude. Put him somewhere else to work. Spy on him. It's just a phase. With time, everything passes. Put him somewhere else. Money always solves everything if it stays flowing down the river. There is always a place for bureaucratic work, and you hate working on the licenses for your fake businesses. Hunted. You have a car. Chic, fast, and even better than your sire's. It always draws attention when you walk down... Hang on. When you walk down the avenue with it. Too bad that doesn't stop your driver from picking up the bullet marked with your name. A sniper. Call the emergency hotline. Flee to the nearest nightclub. Bullets follow your steps. You mingle with the first group you see, but one of them catches another stray bullet with your name on it. The last thing they see is you with their blood splattered on your shirt. Not knowing what is happening, you flee, fleeing scared and maybe ashamed. The light fading from their eyes haunts you for the rest of your days. The first pair of eyes that you can't forget. A city festival. Circulatory system agents come out of the hospital's underground refrigerator to present you with a proposal. Caloric, melancholic, phlegmatic, sanguine. We need a city-stopping festival for us to collect blood and achieve new resonances. A circus is always great fun. Charity always attracts people. Let's celebrate a saint. There is no holiness in your city and in yourself, but you manage to have fun mingling in the many kermesses the city has. When you rapidly glance, you can see agents of the circulatory system working on the population. Fixing the chaos. It is time to confront the Doc. The short leash given to him has not been enough to stop the mess he is or has always been. I'm assuming what they meant to write is the mess he is or has always been in. Any benefit that you could take from his actions are now insignificant compared to the harm that he has done. We have to take our losses before it gets worse. +1 money. We need to fix things up. You and the creativity to make plans in the lull of the night. The perfect time for you to think about your plans. Now you can enjoy these moments. Home invasion. Since the attack, you have surrounded yourself with retainers to ensure your safety. But all that means nothing when your door is blown up by people in military gear. Oh dear, sorry about that. Kill the blank body, one of them screams as a wall of your lair explodes, starting a small fire. What are you guys waiting for? Shoot! Sound the alarm. I don't have enough money for this one. I don't have enough retainers for this one. So it's got to be this one. You try to flee to your sire's reinforced metal coffin, but you are sent into torpor when the roof above you collapses. I wonder if that meant to say you are sent into a stupor. You wake up nights later, a haven destroyed and burnt to the ground. Okay, there is a ton of like actual grammar mistakes, not just grammar but actual sentence structure mistakes. A reflection of your confidence after this. You are not the apex predator you wish to be. The night is long and hunger pains you, but there is always some time to rest. What will you do on these calm nights? We can always try to build. Double our efforts to connect. Well, I need to rebuild. It always feels good to build something. Like, god damn it, come on guys. Act 2. I'm not sure if there's even much of a story here. I think we're just trying to keep these numbers up. You don't actually have to read anything. You just need to click click the box that has the numbers you want, and that's kind of the gameplay. Yeah, I think I'm done with this. Power of Blood. Oh, this is unreal. Oh, this is VR. Is this a VR game? I think this is a VR game. Or it can be a VR game. Optional VR. 100 anti-aliasing. High. Turn everything up. Fuck it. Let's just see. So we're just a vampire floating around town. Double kill. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of floating around the town, like floating into people. It's not that interesting. Okay, I've got abilities tied to the number buttons. Yeah, I think I'm done. I don't think this is... This seems massively simplistic, even for an itch.io game. I think I'm done with that. That's crap. Alright, looks like we've got another Vampire the Masquerade fan game. Select clan. Venture, Toreador, Tremere, Bruja, Malkavian, Nosferatu, Gangrel. Go with Gangrel. Gangrel are an animalistic clan, often preferring natural settings and sometimes marked with bestial physical appearances. Secretive kindred often reside in the shadows due to their deformed and repulsive features. They collect and trade in secrets, making them a necessary evil in the modern nights. Alcavians are often cursed with some form of mental illness that both hinders them and gives them a unique view of the world. Bruja are a clan of rebels, always passionate but quick to anger. Their idealism can lead them into conflict with the authorities of kindred society. The Tremere are a closeted clan with a rigid hierarchy. They are capable of strange blood rituals and magic and know a great deal about the occult. The Toreador is a clan of roses, beautiful and sensual. They are fantastic artists and creators, which is why they hate being in ugly surroundings. The Venture are a bureaucratic clan obsessed over bloodlines. They like to have power and they rarely give anything for free. Okay, Gangrel. disciplines: animalism, fortitude, protein, or protean. Let your look. Homeless man, Asian woman, black woman, white guy. Homeless man it is. You don't remember much from that night. A bonfire, a camping trip with friends, fire, cooked meals, and way too many drinks. And a beast. It was a massive wolf, and it chased you into the deepest parts of the wood, far away from the safe fire of your friends. There, in the darkest part of the forest, that creature turned into a person before your eyes. Then they did something to you. It felt good, really good. You assumed it was just a few moments of passion. However, they were taking something from you, something vital. You felt weak, faint, faded. Your consciousness was rolling in and out, and somewhere deep down you knew the truth. You were dying. And the person you went home with watched with cold desire as your spark slowly faded. But you didn't die, did you? Instead, you awoke in the arms of a different creature, a bestial monstrosity of tusks and wild, animalistic eyes. He brought you somewhere else, somewhere beautiful, but cold, and you couldn't help but feel like a helpless gazelle among a pride of ravenous lions. You were presented before some kind of leader, a secret king called a prince. Your acquaintance from the night before was there as well, laying beside you with a wooden stake driven into their heart. That night you watched in horror as that person's head was violently removed from their body. That thing that brought you here, that twisted monster, ripped the person's head off with his bare hands. Someone you had been so close with seemingly moments before. The creature came to you next, his grotesque hands dripping with blood. You watched, unable to move, as those bloody fingers grasped your skull, poised to remove your head next. Suddenly a voice cried out from the hungry crowd of onlookers, and they begged for mercy, mercy for your life. After a few hushed whispers, a deal was struck. Your saviour gazed into your eyes, and you felt yourself falling, deep asleep. A voice tells you to awaken, and you feel your eyes flutter open. You were asleep? How? Before you stands a beautiful dark-haired woman. She says her name is Lily, that she knows you have questions, and she will do her best to answer them. She sighs deeply, saying that you have been transformed into something else, something other than human. She tells you that you are something called kindred, or as the less cultured would call it, a vampire. You have questions, ask them. Why did that thing rip my friend's head off? She scoffs and says that thing you mentioned is a very powerful kindred in a position called a sheriff. That friend of yours was going to use you. Kindred have unique powers based on their clan. She mentions they are called disciplines. She rattles off a few of them. Dominate, auspex, presence, obfuscate, animalism, potence, protein, dominate, fortitude, blood sorcery, and clarity. Protein. Lee informs you that protein or protean is part of self-transformation, allowing one to become more animalistic, usually involving dangerous claws and eyes that can see in the darkest of places. Fortitude. Fortitude is a discipline that allows you to survive even the strongest of attacks. It can make your skin almost unbreakable with enough patience. Celerity. Celerity is a power to move faster than is physically possible, allowing you to avoid attacks or even dodge bullets. obfuscate is the art of becoming unseen. You becoming unseen. Becoming so unnoticeable that you are literally invisible. Potence. Potence is a discipline that allows you to become supernaturally strong, even allowing you to jump incredible lengths. Dominate. Lily seems a little afraid of this one. She explains that dominate is the ability to control and manipulate another person's thoughts and actions to your will by simply making brief eye contact. Auspex. Auspex is the art of seeing past the mundane world by seeing auras and even minute details others can easily miss. Blood sorcery. Blood sorcery is the art of manipulating and controlling blood. Their powers are diverse in their practice, but all are equally terrifying. Animalism. Animalism is the power to control and commune with animals, even suggesting that one could create animal servants with enough practice. Presence is a favourite of hers. It allows you to seem beautiful and dominant in a social setting. It also allows you to imbue someone with fear if they cross you. Any questions? What does the sheriff do? The sheriff is a position in vampire society called the Camarilla. She says it is the sheriff's job to keep the peace, enforce the Camarilla traditions, and protect the prince. A scary position. Why does the sheriff look like that? She seems frustrated, as if there is too much information to inform you of. She tells you that kindred have divided each other through lineages called clans. The sheriff belongs to the clan Nosferatu, a clan of deformed and hideous kindred. What is a prince? Lily sighs. She mentions that a prince is the leader of a Camarilla city, like Portland. She mentions that the prince has to maintain order through his lawful privileges bestowed upon him called praxis. Lily seems to be exhausted. She says the sun is about to rise and that you both should get some sleep. She mentions that the sun burns and kills your kind, so you must do your best to avoid it. Okay, here we go. You awaken, you feel different, hungrier, like an insatiable force is gnawing inside you. Lily walks into your room and tells you that it is time to leave. You are expected to be seen at Elysium, a safe place where the members of the Camarilla meet. You are asked to get ready. What will you wear? Something practical and sophisticated. Something casual as not to stand out. Something glamorous and high fashion. Something elegant and graceful. Something combat ready just in case. Something studious and colour coordinated. Let's lean into our plan. +2 to fight. Once dressed, you return to Lily. She looks you over, nodding approvingly. She mentions how the clothes are not her style, but they are very you, whatever that means. She throws you a car key and tells you that you are driving her to Elysium. You both begin your journey to the place where all kindred society takes place. To travel around the city of Portland, you simply click and drag a character to a location of your choice. Try travelling to Elysium. Oh, we've got stats. Hunger, health, willpower. Okay. You both drive to Elysium, a massive skyscraper in the heart of Portland's downtown. The same crowd that watched you nearly die at the hands of the sheriff, now watching you with hungry, predatory eyes. You cannot help but feel every leering eye intensely locked on you as you walk alongside Lily, who guides you to a door, being protected by the sheriff. He looks you both over, giving you a particularly long stare before opening the door. Inside the room you see a long table. The prince of the city sits at its head, and 5 others sit around him. You seem to have stumbled upon some kind of argument brewing between everyone at the table. They are shouting words involving an anarch rebellion and about them needing intel. The prince interrupts the group after noticing you enter the room. After noticing you enter, the room immediately goes quiet. She informs you that the last person in the room is Xavier and he is the keeper. Okay. The four Primogen, Hendrik, Quinn, Victoria and Jonathan. She informs you that the last person in the room is Xavier and he is the keeper of Elysium. She introduces you to the prince, who immediately claims that you don't seem like much to him. When Lily tries to give a speech about your character, the prince interrupts and says that if you're as good as she says, then she has a job for you. The prince says that the Camarilla needs some intel on the Anarchs, and you are just the person to do it. Lily seems clearly worried, mentioning that you are untrained as a vampire, but the prince shushes her. He says that all the information you'll need will be given to you by Tobias, and tells Lily to introduce you both. Lily agrees back to Elysium, where you are introduced to a young man. Who's that? Group of kindred resist the rule of the Camarilla. Claim the cities. Getting intel. Sneak around there, should be able to gather some intel on their whereabouts. Abandoned car, garage, got it. That's all I need to know. Some locations have missions that allow you to gather a resource. In the case of the car garage, you will gain intel. 1 of 5 coterie resources. Or coterie? Status represents your standing with the court and changes your rank. Reaching 100 status will give you enough political sway to claim praxis from the prince. Funds represent your financial situation. Giving kindred jobs or finding other less legal means to make money can be found throughout Portland. Influence represents your ability to interact politically with the court. Getting members of Elysium to help dethrone the prince costs influence and will help you claim praxis. Intel represents your informational currency that can be bought, sold and traded for other goods. Security represents how well you have kept up the masquerade. A security rating below 0 will result in hunters invading the city. Gather intel. After hiding around the car garage long enough, you eventually hear a group of people loudly talking among themselves. You wait to listen in on their conversation. They talk a lot about a rebellion, having the numbers to take the city, and most worryingly, even mention that the vampire that made you was a secret Anarch spy. You want to hear more of this, but before you can, one of the Anarchs seems to somehow notice you, despite being completely silent. What will you do? Sneak away from your hiding spot as best you can, lift up your fists and be ready to fight. Hope that you can talk your way out of this. Find another way out of this place. Try to stay perfectly still and hope they don't notice you. I'm going to say that my best option here is fighting because that is my highest skill, so... My character's portrait is up here. Level 1 composure check, 60% chance. On pass you gain 2 status. 90% pass. One of the Anarchs finds you and pounds his fists together, threateningly. Unfortunately for him, you are much faster. Grabbing a wrench, you smash into your enemy's head before bolting out of there. You continue to run to the night, free. You hear shouting behind you. Hopefully they aren't coming for you. Get away safely for now. Turn to Elysium. Return to Elysium. Tobias is hanging outside the massive skyscraper. Realizing you're approaching, he asks how the mission went. You inform him of everything you've heard. then asks if you have something called a coterie. Tobias tells you that a coterie is a collection of kindred who stand together for a common purpose or survival. It tells you most kindred important run with some kind of coterie. Two kindred can travel more ground than one, and that he hasn't found anyone that would take him seriously. Why haven't you been taken seriously? Something called a thin blood, something who is barely a vampire, thus having less power in modern nights. He says some say thin bloods are a sign of the end times, but he believes that it's just an excuse for bigotry. Okay. Tobias has joined you. Tobias seems elated. He tells you he will not let you down. He mentions to you that Lily has been looking for you and that you should probably find her. Give him the information he was looking for to his approval before he tells you that you've given him a lot to think about. When you and Lily leave the room where the prince dwells, Lily tells you that she is worried about your long-term safety. She informs you that kindred play by a set of politics that can protect you if you play it right. Not dying sounds like a good plan. Yep. Found in the Velvet Art Gallery. Need of some help. Meet with Xavier. Lily tells you to introduce yourself each. Make yourself likable as possible around them. They hold power in this unlife, and presentation is important. She mentions that if you need her, you should meet her at her haven. Now, if you have any questions, you should visit. Socialise at Elysium. A heated debate has broken out between two powerful clans, and they've asked you which side you think is right. You should choose carefully. No matter what, you will make an enemy. Well, we are part of Gangrel, so let's talk shit about Nosferatu. You claim the Gangrel are a more noble clan than the filth that is Nosferatu. You've made an enemy of Clan Nosferatu, but an ally of Clan Gangrel. Hopefully you've chosen correctly. Argument. The prince approaches Xavier. You cannot tell what they are talking about until you hear the voices raised. Some kind of argument breaks out between the two, before the prince strikes Xavier across the face with supernatural strength. This throws Xavier across Elysium, quieting everyone. The prince's eyes are filled with rage, calms himself, then addresses the onlookers, saying that it was a mere misunderstanding, and Elysium continues. Interesting. We'll be ready to move. Offer has arisen. Large startup company says you invest, you have a chance to double your money if your company does well enough. He approaches you and asks if you'd be interested in investing. This is all the money I have. I'm going to say no. Okay, I'm also going to get out of here. You get a strange sudden text from Lily that reads, "I'm sorry. In the coming days you will learn things about me. Please do not think ill of me. If you care about the city even a little, you will dethrone the prince, climb the rungs of status and take his throne. Claim Praxis. Do it for Portland." I wonder what any of this means. Is Lily okay? Perhaps she can be found at Elysium. Okay, this seems fairly well put together. But it also seems like something you have to put a lot of time into, and I think we've seen enough of this for now. But yeah, you know, interesting. What's this next one? Prodigal. Okay, there's no executable file. Huh. Well, that's no good. Sacrosanct. And this one starts up with an error message. Oh, yet another Vampire the Masquerade phone game. Of course it is. ZSQD, what the fuck? Okay. Shift, jump, walk. Boost. This game is loud as hell. Oh my god, it is loud. Oh my god, game, what the fuck? Minus 12 decibels. Ugh. Minus 13 decibels. Okay, we'll leave it there. Actually, no, let's go down to minus 15. There we are. Alright. I'm assuming this is some kind of first-person shooter. Tonight I write to you one last time as my arduous task comes to an end. I am sent to steal the sacred blood of the Unveiled One. After this, I participate in her games no more. If I survive, I will refuse, no matter the consequence. She stole our future, and now she sends me to my death. I refuse to be her play toy. To the one who should have been my sire, yours, Veronica. I appreciate the drama, as always, honey, but you can relax. You know we won't let that happen. Enter through the ceiling window. The alarms will be disabled. Lose them through the rooftops. I will distract the hunters. Follow the crosses to get to Sanctuary. I left something for you there. You'll always be one of us. Oh god. Hang on. Interesting. Sacred blood of the Unveiled One. Sentient melody. The plasma calls upon you. Are you listening? Okay, I'm assuming I'm going the right way. So we're running down the street. And nothing much is happening. Can we... Nope, can't jump. Nope, can't go there either. Nope. Okay, I can jump over this one. It's really not obvious what I should be doing. Okay, what are the damn controls? Walk, crouch, jump, sprint. Interact is F. Okay, that's dumb. Why is it not E? Really weird default control options. Can I climb this ladder? Nope. Can I open this door? Nope. Can I scale this wall? Not really. Nope, invisible wall in the way. Good stuff. What the hell am I supposed to be doing? Okay, I can jump over here. Nope. Oh, we can climb a building. Right, I'm heading towards the green light. First, let me... Oh, that's dumb. Restart the volume again, because this game's gone very quiet. Oh, I see a person. Can't get to them. Alright, I am... Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing? No. Okay, I can climb this building and that's all I know. Okay, another green light. Nope. Hmm. God damn it. Your jump is incredibly floaty in this game. Can't grab. Nope. Whoa, you can't actually... Well, that was dumb. Okay, there's not really a lot going on in this. There's like a little neighborhood to run around, and you can kind of climb on some of the buildings, but not really. It's just not really a lot going on. I think... I mean, the menus look nice. They've clearly done a lot of work on the menus. Just there's not really much in the way of gameplay. Alright, we're at 3.5 hours. I think we'll end it there. I think that's enough. I think it's enough. And why? Okay, let's close the VR. Yeah, at least one of those games that we opened up had some sort of VR option to it. So, interesting. Let us return back to the frame. Some smaller games there. And let me close out this series by reading you a poem. Thou sharper than a dagger thrust, sinking into my plaintive heart, thou frenzied and arrayed in lust, strong as a demon, host whose art possessed my humbled soul at last, made it thy bed and thy domain, strumpet to whom I am bound fast, as is the convict to his chain, the stubborn gambler to his dice, the rabid drunkard to his bowl, the carcass to its vermin lice. O thrice accursed be thy soul. I called on the swift sword to smite one blow to free my life of this. I begged perfidious aconite for succour in my cowardice. But sword and poison in my need heaped scorn upon my craven mood, saying, unworthy to be freed from thine accursed servitude. O fool, if through our efforts fate absolved thee from thy sorry plight, thy kisses would resuscitate thy vampire's corpse for thy delight. Thank you for watching this series. I do not know when I shall return, but I hope it will be fairly soon with something new. My name is the Real Blue Dragon, and I bid you good night.